Jiggery everyone, welcome to Bora country. This is part of the Yugambeh language area. My name is Uncle Wayne Fossey and this is part of our Cultural Connection series. This focus today is upon Bora rings and part of the Bora spiritual and cultural connection. A Bora ring is a site which has been created by human hands. It's sunken into the ground, or sometimes, depending on the landscape, raised. Rocks are crushed with mallets and timber. Sand is carried and we form a ring. The young men would be taken into this ring and their toes pointed towards the centre of that ring. So the Bora was the ceremony and the Bora ring was the place of the ceremony. A range of ceremonies which involved dance would be experienced by these young men over a period often of 3 days. They are taken from here to become men. In other words, this is their rite of passage. Other types of things happened here, and that may include circumcision and scarification and all sorts of components which link their cultural history to the country on which they stand. It's a very important site that we're on today. It's Bora country. Bora is a language group, part of the Yugambeh connection, and we are near Tambourine Village. Around me is a Bora ring. This Bora ring has been dated beyond 5,000 years. There are many of these Bora rings still in existence in South-East Queensland and northern New South Wales. There were literally thousands and thousands of these rings. So we know of suburbs such as Kippering, one of those sites, Kippa being the initiative coming onto the site. They are situated close to water, they are situated close to lots of food, and in most cases they contain 3 rings. This one we're on now is a male site for male initiation. Nearby to it was a large flat pathway, swept and cleaned on a daily basis, and it went to a communal ring where women and children were also waiting. And beyond that was a far larger ring, which is also now not in existence, to take big groups of people who may be visiting and gathering. Boys were taken along a pathway from the communal ring from their mums and their sisters and their families. When they entered this site, they came in as boys. When they left this site, the rite of passage had been concluded and they exited as men. Men to create a future in their community. Men to create and help to create other communities. Men who were very significant as warriors, a very significant step in the social structure of this group. The edge of the Bora is where I am now. The height of this stick is about the height of 1 metre, and approximately that's the area which has been built up from this landscape. At the moment it's poorly maintained and lots of trees have grown within the Bora, but we could clear this. We could create back to the original time, and it's a possibility that everybody may be able to see it more clearly. I'm now in the centre of this Bora ring. It must be about 12 metres, 10 plus metres. You'll find that the sand for here has been taken from the nearby creeks and has been carried up here, often in large coulamons. This sand is everywhere, it's very, very deep, and it has been crushed and crushed and crushed by the use of timber, by the use of other heavier rocks, and by the use of any means possible to make it hard and stamped and stamped and stamped by the human foot. Women were seen and known to have taken the edge of their arms and to create these flat zones. On the edge of the walkways, marks were made, designs were made, which indicated the significance of that particular Bora. At the end of the Bora ceremony, these were on the pathways, these were then taken away. So for generations beyond, people would not know the secrets of the Bora because they'd been taken and removed again with the human hand. It's amazing to think that this gravel, this amazing huge amount of gravel, has been carried from the creek banks to this particular site. Below us is an area of granite rock, and it's quite amazing to me to imagine the volume of materials that have been carried here by the human hand and worked by the human hand on many, many occasions. And we're very privileged to be able to stand on land which has been inhabited by people for such a long period of time and have given some of their secrets to us, but many of those initiation secrets will be hidden and now lost in time. There are golden opportunities to experience this type of arrangement in many places in Queensland. Places such as Esk, Places such as Gumminguru or Gumunjuru at High Fields in Toowoomba, Mount Gravatt, Toombul, and the opportunity, of course, in Redcliffe. So we have unique opportunities to experience these Bora grounds, and I'd encourage you to take the time to sit and to experience and to absorb part of that old feeling that goes with the cultural and spiritual understanding of the place which you will come to. A Bora ring is about spirit, it's about spiritual connection, it's about cultural connection. It's a place where everybody came to be able to join that society and create another element of the kinship structure.